Good morning, and a third good morning. That's for me, myself, and I all to you all this morning. Welcome to beautiful, beautiful Barbados. It's a stunning sunrise. We had to scramble a little bit to get here because we had a little bit of a delay leaving home this morning. So we really weren't able to get you into the actual spot that we want to start from, but it's still a beautiful, beautiful area. We've been here before. Some of you all may know that. However, as is the rising sun, we can see there is absolutely gorgeous. We like to say our Serenity prayer because we want to welcome in the dawning of a new day and the promises of a new day. Hopefully you will join us on it. Remember, it's a prayer for peace and direction and understanding and comfort. Hopefully you will be able to use these words today to help yourself when you're encountered by challenges, because we will all be encountered with challenges today. Is how we deal with them is the outcome for us. In other words, we can deal with them in a peaceful and selective and calm way, understanding that the only thing that we're responsible for is our reactions and our responses, and just be peaceful and serene, and whatever comes your way today, you'll be able to walk away from it if you're being peaceful and serene, and understand that people are facing a lot of challenges nowadays and are unaware of what they're actually doing. Some people are doing some things that they would never expect themselves to be doing and not even aware of it because of the pressures and stress they're under. Hopefully the serenity and peace that we're bringing to you this morning, and a little bit of humor and laughter and banter that we will experience on our stroll, will prepare you for the day ahead, so that you will start this morning with a fresh platform of serenity. Okay, we're going to say the Serenity prayer now. Please join us if you'd like to. If not, we'll be back to you in a few moments' time. God, grant us the serenity to accept the things we cannot change, the courage to change the things that we can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Your will, not ours, be done. Amen. Many of you will know where we are this morning, but some of you will not know. We are just almost in the actual riverbed of George River. And this is over on the east coast of the island in the parish of St. Joseph, and we are just to the west, or to the northwest, of 𝗁𝗏. That is the notorious break of 𝗏𝗏 itself. You will see that in the distance here. We're just going to walk you through the landmarks of where we presently are, so you will get a better bearing. If you look at the furthest rocks in the distance, there'll be the rocks up by 𝗵𝗏𝗃 itself, and then we work our way down into the actual darkness, which you can't see too clearly right now because of the different contours and contrasts and stuff, but that will be the high rock if you can see it in the dead center of your camera. And then we work our way down onto 𝗁𝗏, which is the sort of like first house closest to the water you're seeing here. That's just on the cliff in front of 𝗁𝗏. And then we walk our way down to 𝗳𝗏𝗏, what you see, 𝗳𝗏𝗏 Hotel. It is now a private residence. You would have seen that in Outer Banks 3. That was used continuously in that as the actual old derelict building and stuff where the teenagers were hiding in. So if you look around on that Outer Banks 2 and 3, you will see Barbados. It's fun to try and identify where you are when we're watching that film, even if they're aerial or drone views. We're not going to go too much further now. When I say further, I mean further over, like in the direction that we're facing now, because we don't want to lose our signal. For those of you that know about 𝗀𝗏𝗃 Saucer or heard about 𝗀𝗏𝗃 Saucer, that is on top of this cliff directly behind this rock here. That's where you'll find 𝗀𝗏𝗃 Saucer. There is a path that goes to that. We're going to be doing down the riverbed this morning and over to the east coast, so we're not actually going up there by the development. We will take that in another day in the upcoming future, but today we want to keep you on the actual coastline. What a beautiful, beautiful morning. I gotta say beautiful, beautiful, beautiful morning, because beautiful, beautiful Barbados, and of course beautiful, beautiful me. Good morning to each and every one of you all, and welcome to Barbados. Thank you for joining us this morning. We have 19 on board right now as live warriors. Thank you for taking your time, and thank you for your companionship, and thank you for walking the journey with us. So we are never alone. We're never alone because God is always with us, but we like to have the companionship of fellow human beings who are doing just like us, want to strive for the good things in life, want to bring peace and happiness to those around us, because we know already that if we spread love and we spread peace and we spread happiness, that is what will surround us, and therefore then we will have a much better life. So work on yourself and then give it to everyone else. All right, just a little bit here again. 𝗳𝗏𝗏 Hotel, you remember that years and years ago, it was the only swimming pool in Barbados that was made up of salt water and fresh water. A lot of buffets used to go on there. They've changed hands many times over the years. When I was a teen, I remember that very well. Sunday buffet down there was actually what everyone used to strive to get to. Also, after that, it was used a lot as different lunch stops or rest stops for different tours that used to go around Barbados. Led like this for many, many years. They used to actually have a little monkey island in the forest there itself, and that was a little small island with a moat that was around it. And then we had wired sections on the side, so you could have sat and watched the monkeys in a fairly natural environment. That is all gone. They also started construction up there. You see some buildings that have started but never been completed. They have now been abandoned. That I would love to see come back on, because I think it's a perfect area, and especially as it is an area that was already built. I think it'd be a beautiful area to have over here for us to spend our staycations, or for you to come on vacation as well, if the type of atmosphere and surroundings that you would like. You will see on the beach here, I'm sure you will see it, just on the sand section, you will see those spikes sticking up in the air. That is the support columns for what was the Barbados Railway. So you will see how much land has slipped from here, because that's where the railway generally was. All of that land has gone over the years. A lot of the coastline has disappeared, not only here but on the other coastlines as well. But over here even more noticeable, because you see the train tracks remind us of where the actual train used to run at one time. Beautiful morning in Barbados. I have to say, the air out here this morning, fresh, clean, crisp, beautiful air. We came over the hills this morning, everything was looking great until we started descending horse hill, and all of a sudden a fog appeared over our windscreen. The humidity out here, high, very high. Although the air is feeling so crisp and fresh where we are, when you're not actually getting the blow of wind directly on you, it can feel a little bit warm. I'm going to give you a couple more seconds here to watch the sun, and then we're going to start off our vlog, or I should say our strolling side of our vlog. For all of those on board, again, thank you for joining us. Your companionship on the journey to 4-6 is totally appreciated. We love to have you on board with us. And to all the new folks that are not familiar with what EMC is, we're the early morning crew. We look for the serenity and peace and carry it to the world from the beautiful island of Barbados. So here we go, 20 seconds. Enjoy this last 20 seconds of this view, because the sun will not be in our vision again for a little while. Here we go. No, I am not alone this morning, but my co-star is busy capturing the beauty of Barbados for you. Absolutely stunning shot she's been taking this morning. We have been blessed with not just the rising sun, but we have also been blessed with that gorgeous moon as well. It's a beautiful morning. When we first came out here this morning, we like to have been here a little earlier, as I'd explained, but when we first came out here this morning, it was just lovely, just sort of about being lit by the pre-dawn and also by that moon, as you can see. We have not been able to check, because the co-star has been very busy with her photos and stuff, so we have not really been able to check and see if the sound quality is good this morning. We are using an external microphone because we experienced a little bit more wind than we had expected, or that was predicted in the wind charts and wind guru. So it is a little bit brisker than we had expected this morning, so we have on the external microphone. I am not able to monitor the comments, but my co-star is monitoring them on occasion. So if you are, again, a good clear audio, please just give us a okay. Audio is good, signal is good, and we would appreciate that for sure. It's a beautiful place. We said this morning in our preamble that, well, I actually didn't say if you listen carefully, but it is, all is good, beautiful, absolutely fantastic. We don't want to be bringing this beauty of Barbados for you now that we're on YouTube and we are offered the higher resolution. We don't want to be bringing this here in a scrambled vision or with audio that's defective. So thank you for letting us know that. But look at the kind of scenery. You're not even looking at the sun, but look at that. That is as beautiful as you'd want. Going back to our preamble, we said if you listen well, we didn't say if you listen carefully, but if you listen carefully on very windy condition days, you will hear the musical sounds coming from what we like to call the musical notes. That's these rocks here at the mouth of Joes River. They get a lot of whirring and different humming that comes around these rocks here. So a lot of them are actually missing now. They used to have a lot more out here. For example, that base there you're seeing in the center of the camera used to have a large rock similar to the one directly in the center of the camera perched on top of it. Maybe slightly bit smaller, but a lot bigger. Over the years, you've seen a lot of these here being eroded and stuff, and then the tops dropping off them, just leaving the base. There are actually some bases under here that used to carry rocks on them, The rocks are not even seen, but you're barely seeing the bases at the moment because it's high tide. It's a beautiful morning. I must say, today has this kind of feel of it, of absolute peace and serenity down here. As normal, you don't hear a sound. Again, we're going to give you a few views this morning because we want you to take in and appreciate the sounds, not only the visions, but the sounds of how out here is at the moment, the peace of serenity. So let's give you a couple more seconds, 20 more seconds again for this view, and also to listen to the sounds. Remember, we're listening to the sounds right now, so the view is blocked or obscured of the east coast by the large boulders, but still beautiful. And as we said, one of the most natural, beautiful places in this island. That's where we are this morning. Here we go. Talk about breathtaking. That's breathtaking. Absolutely stunning. Alright, so we can make our way a little further on now. We can be walking just down onto 𝗏𝗏𝗏 beach this morning. Not a long walk, but it will take a little while because we're going to be taking our time over some very rough terrain that you will notice in a little while. 4x4s definitely highly recommended for when you're coming into this general area. If you're walking across the Joes River footbridge that's recently been built over the last couple of years, that is fine to walk in beach wear. However, you're coming down inside of this section, which is known as Joes River, I would definitely highly recommend that you wear your 4x4s. Not only is it because of the mud and the clay that you may experience, but also all of these big boulders that you're skimming across, and not all of them are solid. So you may stand on it, it may tilt to the side and put you down inside of a crevice or a crease. You don't want to damage yourself, so wear your 4x4s. I would definitely highly recommend buying yourself a pair of mid-cut 4x4s. I know a lot of you have 4x4 shoes, but I definitely recommend the high cuts because the high cuts will secure your ankles and make them a lot stronger. And if you do go down in one of the ruts we just talked about, you will protect your actual ankle bone itself. You can see the kind of terrain that we're going across. Also, you're going to come across a lot of small rocks together, which are on top of sand. So when you walk over here, nothing is solid. Just remember that before you put all your weight on your front foot, make sure that you're feeling it all secure and stuff before you raise your back foot. Keep yourself stable in these areas, please. I have done hashes and stuff up through the actual Joes River, closer to Fraser's plantation or Fraser's plantation. I know up in there it's beautiful. We hopefully will do that one of these days because there is a pretty good signal if the repeater in the area of the saddleback is working. So hopefully we'll take you up in that. You'll see more of this here hopefully. But if we go any closer up under here now, we're going to start lose signal. As I said this morning, we want to bring you the best visions possible. Last time we were down here, I got blamed and I got chastised by everyone for making my co-star step into the water shin deep. Don't mind that I was holding her and submerging myself in the water as well to make sure that she was safe. If you're walking in these areas, remember again, you're getting wet sand on your 4x4s, so be careful when you go on top of the rocks. Remember, it will slip you very easily if you have sand in the bottom of your treads, no matter how good your 4x4s are, and you step on a flat piece of rock at an angle, you're going to skate. So be careful. The beauty of down here will take you away from what you should actually be watching, and that is where you're walking underfoot. We're going to try and walk a little closer up. If we do get a little pixie, well, we're going to be back out in the signal for a few minutes, but we're looking for an easier way to come across because this morning I brought her across over there and she was not too happy because she had memories of what happened last time out here. Check the hat. Yeah, that's what she said to me this morning when we were coming across. Doing her head a little bit there so you can see what that lettering says. Okay, so Beijing's, there you go. I would also mention this morning in our preamble that about conkeys being served by our chef. Our chef would obviously be Steve. Good morning to you, Steve, if you're on this morning. Munch Kings, we have quite a few of them there, so not call all the names this morning, but they're the ones that will steal all your goodies and eat them. If you do not have any food in your lap right now, it means they have carried them away before it even got to you. That's how vicious and vile they are. But what a beautiful morning. All right, so we're going to give you a 360 over on the other side where we can get a little better visibility, hopefully with Joes River Bridge. So we're going to make our way in that general direction. So here we go. Now, I don't want to hear anybody telling me, man, you shouldn't be taking her through there. I know we're taking our time. We're being extremely cautious because, of course, Jeanette has to be very, very careful of how she moves anywhere. And I'm going to make sure and take care of her as well. All right, we're gonna be stepping into a little water now. We're flowing water, so she's probably getting a quarrel. So if you all hear some profanities, please forgive them. We are rated not for children on this channel. Where I'm stepping, baby. Yep. So we bring.
You go down, I go down.
Oh, if I go down, you go down. Well, is that not the way it's supposed to be? It's a union, you know. If I fall, you're supposed to fall as well. It's not that I'm supposed to fall and leave you standing. So, just watch where I'm stepping and step. Yep. Jeez, on. Gotta take my time with her. If it was me now, I would have taken a long run up to this river on one side. I've done a complete flip across and jumped my entire way across the river, but as I'm with someone that's a lesser mortal than myself, I have to take my time coming across here. Almost across now though, so we're back on stream again. You good?
Yeah.
Okay. Down in here is a place. Oh, they've done a lot of cleaning up out here actually. This section has been well cleaned out since we were here last time. Last time we were here, had a lot of growth in this area here. Seems to have been cleaned up quite a bit. You can see some dead branches and stuff. I don't know if you'll be able to make it out, but center, hold on, let me get you exact center of the camera. Exact center of the camera, that is the Joes River footbridge. That is where the original train, railway and bridge used to be. They've now put a footbridge there for you so you can get from Cattlewash to 𝗵𝗃 in much easier comfort and on a level road. So you can utilize that there. I like to go through Riverbed on occasions. We have brought vlogs down from up there straight through all this bush area here down to where we are, but we did lose quality, and as I said, we really don't want to bring pixely stuff. We'd rather do that in 4K resolution and share that with you at a later date. But that is the Joes River footbridge up there. There's a lot of development going on up there that we want to be visual of again, because we haven't been down here for a long time. So we will bring you back here maybe on Friday morning or something and let you have a look and see what that section looked like. But that's something to be seen, and that was maybe or something. Those two words are very important in what I just said. So we got Friday morning, I'll find you in a different location and say, man, Nicholas said he was going to be. I didn't say going to be. I said maybe. So let's see how that goes. All right, so we promise you a circle of love. Don't move from there, because I want you in my circle of love, please. You stay right there, because you're my circle of love. She jumps in at me. If you want her, 𝗵𝗃 just jumps in. Let me tell you, it's comical. If you see her, 𝗵𝗃 just jumps in. It's even more comical. Let me tell you that. Here we go. Circle of love, number 1. In case you did not know, I am a certified educator. Did you hear me tell her to stay there? And she stayed exactly where I told her. That would tell you, that is what you gotta call well-trained and obedient. So, I would like to tell you the expressions that she's been making while you are not actually seeing her. But anyhow, you're seeing her now. Do you want to say good morning to our family this morning? Oh, that's it? Just a quick good morning, that's it? You don't like a camera in your face early this morning, do you? Well, hold a second. So, let's go again. All right, so we're off. Beautiful though, absolutely beautiful this morning. Quite a bit of surge coming up through here. Last time we were down here, it was full of sargassum all over this section. It was very hard to find sand, and we were actually walking through sargassum across, and that's why she was stepping shin deep in the water. Morning, brother, how are you going, man? All right. So this is the regular path. A lot of folks, although there's a footbridge, we like to walk through along the rock area and through the beach itself and come through here, because this is nature at its best. And if you like Serenity, well, you can see and hear exactly what I'm talking about. It is absolutely stunning. Just to give you another little mark, just over behind that bush here in the center of the camera is where you will find cup and saucer. Cup and saucer, a lot of people say, what's cup and saucer? What's cup and saucer? It resembles a cup that's turned upside down on a saucer. That would be a circle base and then something looking like a cup, a little dome-ish thing on top. It is a place where many promises have been made and broken. Many engagement rehearsals or wedding rehearsals have been performed and never actually materialized. So, it's a place that holds a lot of stories. It's also a place that has brought love and romance to many couples that are still together after years and years and years of togetherness. So that is also another thing about it. It's not all dismal, it's also positive as well. But a lot of promises have been made up there and have been broken, that's for sure. All right, beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Looking back up through the riverbed, we've seen down here many times with a lot of running water. I'm sure last week when we had the flash floods out here, must mean all these bank areas here would have to be swept fairly clean. You can see actually that with the coconut limbs and stuff that have been pulled over all the rocks here. You can see that that waterway was actually running over in that section, which it does not. So out here must seem very full of water. I would love to have been down here. Maybe one of these days we'll get down here when it's actually flowing for you to see. So this is Joes River, J-O-E-S River, and we are in the parish of St. Joseph. All right, so we're gonna walk again. Here we go. A lot of debris and stuff out here. As you can see, a lot of these branches and trees come out of the hill areas. A lot of them also washing as well with the big swells sometimes coming in from further up along the coastline. But what a beautiful place it is. Stunning. If you get the chance and you're able to come across this kind of terrain, remember where we're walking right now is pretty easy. What gets really difficult is that section over there. That guy doesn't make it look difficult at all. He's a surfer that I know quite well. But that section there is very difficult to get across. You actually, a lot of people will go through the grass area there in the foot track, which is almost invisible this morning because of all of the rain we've had and the amount of growth and lushness that's around. Again, we're going to show you some from this location. I don't know if you remember years ago, they had two different operations here in Barbados that did off-road tours. One was Island Safari, the other one was known as 𝗵𝗄𝗏 Tours. 𝗵𝗄𝗏 Tours did a graphic impression of their one of their jeeps on top of a huge boulder that was out here. That boulder has gone. That base is the 1, 2, 3 over on. That would be the one on the left of the one there in the center of the screen. Now that would be where that big boulder was. That's in the water. Beautiful Barbados, absolutely stunning. I just love this natural side of this island. You know, I have expressed myself recently and told you all that I have fallen in love with the entire island. I really don't have a preference to coastline because everyone offers something different. You know, it depends if you want the rugged natural terrain of the East Coast. As you can see how beautiful this is. I'm going to give you another photo op, don't worry. If you want to go along the very calm, usually very calm and crystal clear and very placid sea conditions of the West Coast. And then if you want to go in a little bit more of a challenging area, which will be the southeast side up with the crane and stuff, and then if you want a little bit of more relaxing but fun body surfing and stuff, the south coast. So it all depends on the year as well too, in the season and the swells, but the coastlines all have their own uniqueness, which is what makes Barbados so amazing. Imagine you can drive 30 minutes, this is without traffic, actually 23 minutes without traffic, from the south coast hotel and enjoy a sunrise over here on any given morning. Absolutely beautiful. In the distance you can see furthest landmass this morning, very clear, very easy to see. You will see actually the outer point there of possibly River Bay, in that Little Bay, sorry, which will be furthest out, the very low one to the water. Just inside of that where you see the elevation go up somewhat will be Cove Bay, the landlocked on Cove Bay, and then you will see what we call Pico Tenerife. That will be the peak in the center of the camera, and then we work our way all along Foster's Funland, Walker's Beach, etc. And then we get Chalky Monk now in the center of the camera looking like a man that's laying on his back. That's what we call our sleeping giant, and that's in Cattlewash area. You'll see the yellow building on the beach, and that is Barclays Park. That's in the center of the camera now. And then from there on coming up, you will see the Rung Rock, and you'll also see a lot of other beautiful scenery out here. It's lovely coconut trees lining this beach, just absolutely gorgeous. And of course, I am gorgeous as well, so I don't want you all to be missing me too much today. I'll bring you all some more of that. Yes, it was very difficult, Carrie. You would not turn the camera on me. I don't understand. I brought our guest host on yesterday, and he would not put me in the camera. Kerry, thanks so very much for yesterday, by the way. This morning I looked at the YouTube. You've hit 1,000 plus. That is great. In one day we've been having some amazing vlogs since we've been coming on to YouTube, not only because of getting more people to see what we're doing, but also because we're getting a much better quality. No matter what kind of filters I run our vlogs through from the YouTube, and it was working, well, sorry, from Facebook when we were working on that, it was never as clear as what we're seeing now. We're doing virtually nothing. On a day, YouTube will be putting up this video straight now, live, and then it will be putting it up and processing it. So if you go on it in an hour after the live broadcast, you will not see the full quality until they're finished processing it, which could take 6 to 8 hours. So if you do see an area that you want to see in better quality, just come back a few hours, or I would say 4 or 5 hours after the actual live vlog, give it a chance to process, and then you'll get the quality that you're seeing now. But what you're seeing now is as good as it gets. As far, I mean, if we are not 𝗶𝗃𝐿, and I'm sure we're not, because of the signal station or the tower that's located down in Cattlewash area around Barclays Park. Absolutely beautiful. All right, 20 seconds. No talking. Well, if I am not annoyed, prodded, pinched, or juked, no talking for the next 20 seconds. Here we go. Breathe in the sounds and the serenity of the east coast of Barbados. I have a timer on here, but I don't know if it has 20 seconds. I forgot to look. So not relevant really. All right, we love to come over here, especially at low tide, because low tide, all the reef under here is exposed. We have a little bit of a surge still going on from some of the systems up in the North Atlantic, but it's relatively a lot calmer than it has been over the last week or so. But in general, when you get low tide, you will find all the reef here exposed when the swells suck back. Absolutely stunning. There are a lot of pools that you can not swim but cool off in this general area. But again, if you're not familiar with out here, or there are no locals around, please do not fool around out here. Stay out of the sea. Put your feet in it up to ankle, but don't go any deeper than that for us, please. A pool that you may go and sit in that looks calm, if it's a big surge in there, swells can come over and pull you out over the shelf reef. And on the other side here, you do not want to be captured. They're under reef tunnels, caves, sharp reef, all kind of dreaded things that you do not want to experience out here. And also one of the worst things are the tides. It's going to pull you way out of here and carry you down the coastline. So please do not fool around out here. What a gorgeous morning. Thank you for being with us. 37 on board right now. It keeps fluctuating, 37, 39, 40. But thank you for anyone that's on here this morning. You're known as the EMC Live Warrior. If you're not familiar, that title is a very prestigious title. We have some folks that have been on here. We have over 1,300 vlogs up on YouTube at the moment, videos and vlogs. That is over the time that we started EMC. That is over almost 3 years. We put them up there. We put some small ones, some big ones, some long ones, some short ones. You'll find some with Nicole, you'll find yesterday with Kerry, you'll find a lot of them, or most of them with me. And you also obviously find our co-star in quite a few of them as well. Hopefully the ones that she was actually holding the gimbal for, you will not get to listen to, because she just destroyed me. She actually was put into house arrest for 2 weeks because of her horrible onslaught of terribleness that she said about me. So, look at you smile. I can't believe a person that caused so much problems and we smile so big. Thanks very much, co-star. That's beautiful. But if you go out there, you will see them. Our YouTube has a large collection. We just basically started out originally with 1 or 2. Well, when COVID first hit in, we went to every beach in Barbados and did little like 3 and 4 minute vlogs. Not live ones. At that time, we were just recording videos to get them up. We wanted to make sure and show the folks that could no longer get to Barbados and enjoy this beautiful island, the beauty of Barbados. And that's what we did. So we went to every beach. That is something that I have done over many years. However, I have never done all of them within a matter of months, and that is what we basically did. Since then, we've been expanding on the coastline. The only section of the coastline that we've not done is between former North Point Beach Resort and Animal Flora Cave, and that's because the signal, we're going to be going to do it at 4K down there. Already talked to our Spice Girls, and that's where we're going to be going one of these days soon. But obviously our main focus is on the lives, because we want you to experience what we're experiencing, see what we're seeing in real time, so you will actually feel here. I know some folks that have put their mind, oh, look at these birds, beautiful, absolutely beautiful. That's what you're taking pictures of? Oh, beautiful. So you saw that before me for sure. Yeah, we've been, said before, we've been taking some folks who've been with us from the very beginning. If we've done 1,300 vlogs, a couple of them, especially our driver, and a couple others, but I would have to say her being the most consistent of all, the first member of our live vlogs, first person we used to call the commander that used to get everybody rounded up for mornings on Facebook. She has missed about 6 in that entire time, so she's done close to 1,300 vlogs with me. Well, all of them are not live, but all the live ones she has done, with the exception of about 6, and that's only because of medical situations or work commitments. If not, she would have been on all. So good morning to you, driver, and thank you so much for bringing our family here this morning safely. Sorry to give you the late notice that you had to rush, because I forgot. So as you can see, beautiful morning for me for sure. Heart warm, visions warm. But as I was saying, some people have been able to forge their memories from the past with their visions of the present, and feel the sea spray on their skin, and also feel the warming rays coming up from the sunrise. They've been able to feel grass, they've been able to feel sand between their toes. These are not exaggerations. That is when you lock your mind totally into what you're seeing, especially if you have the experiences of being here before. Absolutely beautiful. Alright, I'm going to be going across this section here with the water because I'm so fast. I know that my co-star cannot do that because she's not as fast as me. She has to take her time, unlike me, who can sprint across areas such as this. So I can take it right down on the sand. There are times of the year that you will find out here completely under sand. That's where we are right now. Look at the difference in the coloration here. We want to just draw a couple of things to your attention. You'll notice the rocks up on the upper section are all a lot lighter and stuff, and down here is a lot darker, so that would mean this is in the water a lot more than the above section. That's number one. And then if you turn your way back up in this general direction, you will find some that are very, very light. They're close up the shore break. That's because they're covered some of the year by sand, so they don't get the weathering that the others would. It is a beautiful, beautiful location. If you've ever been to Barbados and have not been down on the East Coast beach, I strongly, strongly urge you to take your island tour, dissect it in 3 if you can. Do one of west and north, one of north and east, and then one of southeast and going on to the south. That way then you can take in and do a very comprehensive tour. We have put a map up for you that is of Barbados. It was a blank map where we put down all the names of places that we know as, and places that we have given the names for, whether they be old names, whether names you're not familiar with. You can see where they are on the island. You can then go onto YouTube, put that name in, and do a search in our channel, and you will find all the vlogs for those areas or videos for those areas, and you can actually look at them. That way then, I know people like to explore, people like to get lost, but if you're on tight time-wise, you can use that map to plan your tour and get the best out of your island tour, because you can go to places that you truly want to see, and not places you've heard about, that you may have seen a still photo of that doesn't represent the actual location at all, because the videos will give you a full representation of what it is actually like and what it feels like. Then you can pick out your own spots. But please come to Barbados and walk this beach. This beach is magical. If you walk along here, and I do not recommend you walk along here between 10 and 2, because the sand out here can get so hot it will peel the skin off of your foot. It will blister you. No joke about that, seriously. So if you're going to walk these areas, I recommend early morning or late afternoon. 1 and 2 of those times, a lot cooler. Nothing wrong with walking a little bit in the day and in the sunlight and stuff. You want to get your tan, or if you're just coming here for a quick 10 minutes, but if you're doing long stretches of walks along here, I definitely recommend early morning or late afternoon. Most comfortable and easier on your feet. So this area here just in front of us, there are a couple of pools that you could sit in and cool down. We did that in the last low tide vlog that we did over here. So you put Cattlewash in your search engine in YouTube or in our channel, you will see a couple of pools here where my co-star caught some absolutely amazing sunrises. Of course, one of them was the best, and that was the one that I was sitting in that she got my silhouette. Of course, that would have been better than any others, but you can also enjoy that as well. Again, you want to be walking if you're doing Barbados on a hike-in and stuff early morning. You want to be walking from the east going north That way then you have the sun in your back and you're not walking into this, because if you're walking into this, you're going to miss 3/4 of what you're actually supposed to be enjoying. You can see how blinding that is. So you want that in your back as you're walking. You also want the wind behind you, and you can stop and take all the pictures in the world you want without any interference from the sunlight. So I would recommend that for sure, walk in this direction. This year we have seen a lot lighter sargassum floats than we've seen in the past. This time last year we would be walking here in sargassum, still had a big bank of sargassum. We have been blessed this year with a lot lighter movement of sargassum for sure. So we're walking and showing you Cattlewash at its absolute best at the moment. If you are a long-time visitor to Barbados, live in Barbados, you will know this beach is, I would have to say, maybe only, I would say about less than 3/4 of how wide it used to be. This beach you see much wider, and a lot more sand on this beach as well. It wasn't nearly this level as you're seeing it right now. Right now you can see it's all being washed by the big swells that we've had recently, almost flattened completely out. Years gone by, you would have had big mounds on the inside section here, and then it would have tapered off quickly to the ocean. But it would have been a lot wider than this area. We're seeing the birds here in the shoreline. That would have been a lot of dense sand there, not as it is water right now, not even at high tide. This is one of the parking spots that you can use if you're interested in coming down here, right where you see the pristine and clean water wagon. I actually took a picture of it for our driver to show that it is a white vehicle, because I did do some cleaning of it. The rain fell the next day, so it doesn't look as clean now, but I got the picture before that happened, so I can impress you with the work that I have done, driver. I still have your brand new chamois and your brand new bucket and your brand new sponge waiting on you for when you come, because I think you told me you were going to wash your water wagon for me and show me how it's supposed to be done. I also have a vacuum cleaner and a dustpan for you as well, and some disinfectant to wipe down the inside, just in case you wanted it. So that's awaiting you as well. Beautiful homes down here. Majority of these here are up for rental at certain times of year. Very difficult to find a home here along the public vacation times, which would be Easter, summer, Christmas, because most of these homes are resided in by the actual owners at those times, especially around the July, August, September time. These will all be full. You have to book years out. Some people have standing orders with these homes because they don't want to miss out on the opportunity to stay here, and some people have been coming here 20, 30 years every year in the same month and reserve it for the same month going forward for the next year. That is how you do it here to make sure that you're safe. A lot of the homes here have gone through massive renovations or actual construction. This one, for example, has pretty much been that way all along, maybe beautified a bit. Good morning, Rosemary. I'm Patrick. I'm looking for a cup of coffee in the next few weeks when you're back here, or next few months when you're back here, so I'm looking forward to that. Sitting on the gallery up there with you and Jeanette and myself, and having a lovely coffee, freshly brewed with your freshly ground beans. So, this is a new structure here. Well, newish. This has been going on and on. They've been building, taking down, modifying, renovating, more beautifying. This is a lovely home here. As you can see, all of the windows and all the rooms and all of the front of this building here, almost all glass, so that you can look straight out and see this beautiful ocean that awaits you, and this lovely coastal scenery. If you've walked with us before, you will know this gentleman walks with these dogs. Every time that we are here, we see him with these dogs. They have a wonderful time, beautiful tempered dogs, absolutely lovely. But this is the view that you can wake up to every morning if you're over here on the east coast of the island, or if you decide to drive over here like us and enjoy it every morning as well. It is beautiful, absolutely stunning. We have 5 on board again. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. We hope you're enjoying the peace of serenity and the beauty of Barbados. I really haven't been making a lot of sport this morning because I have been giving you a lot of very valuable information. I'm trying to bring you up to speed with the Beijing talk, etc. Alright, so beautiful home. You will see colouring on the side here, very discoloured in certain areas. The weathering on this coastline is crazy. I know people have told me they've had air conditioning units out here, didn't last 6 months. Had televisions out here, only last 2 to 3 months. Had fridges out here, and in a year they had to replace them. That's because of the intense sea spray, continuous sea spray all the time. So if you have a lot of electrical equipment, I know some really fine crafted equipment and stuff, I would leave that at home. Bring your more rugged stuff. Do not bring an Apple phone over here or an Apple iPad, because that will not survive, and that is not because it is a finely tuned and incredible equipment. It's because it's a fruit. Remember, An apple is like a forbidden fruit. Anyone that walks around with an apple, I'm going to call Eve from today on. So, I've stayed here numerous times. Didn't look anything like this here. Used to be a 2-story building, just like the one we saw just now when we were talking with Rosemary and Patrick. This used to be a 2-story building here at one time. The upper floor used to have, I think it was 4 bedrooms, 3 or 4 bedrooms. The lower floor had like 5 or 6. Lower floor was very dark on the inside section. If you'd ever stayed here, you know what I'm talking about. However, both of them had galleries right across the front. This is a brand new construction here. This was taken right down to foundation, dug out actual foundation, and then have gone back up. Front section here, beautiful, absolutely beautiful. I've seen sea conditions out here, this is not a joke, in summertime with a passing hurricane, that the sea actually came up to the building, right up this embankment onto the building. I've seen waves come across the East Coast Road down by the sandbank. That is not an exaggeration. There used to be a lifeguard hut on the East Coast, down by the sandbank itself. That was washed away one year with big swells. But I've actually seen water coming up right across the East Coast Road by the sandbank. I've also seen water going through the lower levels of buildings further on, especially down by the Big Rung Rock. There's one down there we call the Fort, which is very square. Basically that water goes through whenever we get a hurricane swell, which we have not had a big hurricane swell for some time now. We've had these swells, but nothing of the size that it would need to get up there. There's one of the waterways over the hills. You'll find all of these open right now and wider than they normally are because we just had some torrential rains here, flash flooding in certain sections of the island. This is one of the areas all up in St. Joseph. Well, St. Thomas wouldn't come in this direction, but St. Joseph mainly for this here. Further on along the coastline, St. Andrew, St. Thomas, all it drains towards the sea. And therefore you find a lot of these. You'll also find big Bajan style lakes on the beach, which would be small little ponds to most people, along the east coast further on, where the sea has actually pushed the sand back up, formed a dam between the actual waterway and the sea, and therefore created a pool, which is what we refer to as a massive lake in Barbados. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. We may have walked this section a little while ago, but this building has come really far, so it just shows you how fast things happen in Barbados. That was mentioned yesterday by Kerry in his vlog actually. Construction here, a lot of people say, man, those fellas are not working, all they're doing is sitting on that tree and talking nonsense all day long. But then when you see buildings like that go up the way, that has gone up, and some other ones as well, you will see how fast some of the contractors are here. A lot of the homes were little small beach homes. This was one of them here. You'll see one in the lower section as well. These are being replaced by massive structures. Some of them are not appealing to the eye at all as far as I'm concerned, because I like to see natural bay houses that we used to have down here. Even the wooden ones here, the green heart ones here, they are fine. Purple heart, green heart structures, they're beautiful. I think they're lovely with the kind of tile roofs and stuff. Although they're much bigger than they used to be, they still fit in because they're beautiful galleries with their French louvered style push out on in areas. Beautiful, absolutely lovely. This one here, haven't been in it a while ago, but good morning to Jane Aline, who is one of our family. You all lived here for many years, so I know that when we cross this area, this is somewhere that will touch your heart, because I know your memories of this area long time ago. Good morning to Judy Worm as well. Judy, I know you know down here extremely well. So just wanted to bring you along this section. You come to my mind and in my heart, of course. So good morning to you. I know that you have tons and tons of years down here on the east coast of the island with your family, growing up as a small kid and teenagers and stuff. Many of you have been down here just like me, at a younger age. When we used to come out here on night time and have bonfires in the beach, in those days we never used to have to get a permit for a bonfire. Nowadays you cannot come on the beach and light a fire without the correct permission. I should have said that. You could come on the beach and light a fire without permission, but you're going to get locked up if you get caught. So be very wary. You need to apply if you want to light a fire in any beach in Barbados. You want to have a big bonfire, please get the correct permission. Don't just come and light them anywhere willy-nilly. Right, so this bank here, I don't want to give you an understanding of the sand that's moved over the years. This bank here, how much higher it is than what we're looking at right now. That higher elevation used to come right out to where you're seeing this, like it's almost big slant that goes off. And then for the big slant, it was at this height for another few yards, and then it would taper off in this angle into the ocean. We're at a place known as Sandbank. This is all sand bottom here. This is probably the only place on this section of the east coast where you'll find sand bottom. There's reef that ends on that side up there, and there's reef on the lower side, and right between it is all sand. This is where you will hear guys saying we're going to be going surfing sandbank. This is a great beach break here. A lot of the guys train here when it's very small. Guys won't go to Soup Bowl, they'll actually come over and train. When there's a big north swell, they will come here and catch amazing waves out here. At one time, swimming used to be recommended in this area. They had actually a big tire, like a lifeguard ring, and also lifeguard hut just said below, and they would say that this was the area to swim. No more. They don't advertise in swimming on this coastline at all. So you don't come to over here and swim, please. Definitely not something we recommend. All right, so talk about Judy. Judy, I know right now your heart's thumping because this is where you stay every time you come into Cattlewash. So good morning to you. And a view of these homes here from this angle, you can see the woodwork. I love the color that's being left because it just blends right in with the landscape. It is absolutely beautiful. Going back in this direction now. Okay, we said we don't talk about anything negative, so let's go beyond that. Sorry. That was my way of doing what he just did, so don't worry about it. We will continue walking. I will tell you that this front wall here is all new. All this section here, they had some huge swells. You can see the beach, how flat it is. They said that kind of sandbank you see right down here, sand dunes, which is to protect these inner homes. However, as you can see in that area, it's leveled right out. So we had some big swells here a little while ago. This whole front wall here is new. That used to be actually, that was completely destroyed by the swells and stuff that came in. All the foundations of what was there was moved, and it's all being relaid again now. All right, so this is not what I like to see in Barbados. However, it is here. So as we say, it's beyond our control. So we just walk by it and we'll have a look at it. If you do rent in this spot here, I guess you will have a beautiful accommodation. But it's not really cosmetically fitting with its surroundings, as you can clearly see. Too nosy? Are you going to do nosy? Okay, she wants me to do a nosy. Why, tell you, boy, she leads me astray. So, Mr. Rayco, if you're on, Mr. Conductor, you can get your opportunity now to see a little bit of a nosy of this property. We're going to go up the top step and have a peep at it, just so you can see what you can rent. You'll see there's a big loft section upstairs as well. It's a massive facility. Cosmetically, not so appealing. I'm sure that the luxuries and the entities inside of here will make it well worth your while if you do rent it. So all this section is new. This is all new. These steps are new. These are in the last couple of months. Last couple, literally speaking, last couple as in 2 months or so. But this is what you can rent. The accommodations that you can have if you did come here. You'll see there's a big long pool that runs right along the entire section here in front of it. Yep. We got to do a full nosy, you know. You can't do a nosy and stay down 3 steps down. If you want to do a real nosy and a realtor's or real estate pitch, you have to come on top of here and stand up. So you can say no? Why don't you step over no, I see if we had Kim wouldn't see in here at all. Kim right now wouldn't see past this picket fence. Kim, that is no insult to you. But before you told me you were short, I never realized it. But since you told me that, I can't stop talking about it. So beautiful. I like the wooden finishes there in the front, these big planks across the front section here, just underneath the actual pool. And then you have these massive mats. And look at your bed. So this is the bedroom. We're not looking at anyone because there's no one in here. But that is your bedroom, and all that glass front is what you will awaken to on a morning when you get beautiful 4-poster bed. So cosmetic and a jacuzzi. Yeah, that's the jacuzzi and the 2 sets of covers. That's what they are. Huh? You say they're 2 jacuzzis?
And that's probably a fire pit right there.
Fire pit, beautiful, absolutely beautiful. All right, so cosmetically not beautiful, but for the actual accommodation itself, you can see absolutely breathtaking. If you were staying in here, it's here. So people, when it's here, we can't do anything about it. So let's enjoy the beauty of it. Remember, you can look for the negative or you can look for the beauty. Right now we're looking at the beauty. The beauty is the luxuries of waking up in the morning and looking out of your bed while you're in your bed, looking out at this beautiful scenery. Also stepping outside and a jacuzzi on either side, or if you want to go into your pool that runs right across the entire front. So this is what you had to call beautiful accommodation. So that's what we can do this morning. We look for the positives. I'm glad. Thank you so much, CoStar, for telling me to come up here and do a nosy, because I actually have never been up here and looked to see what was being offered before. Yeah, well, thank you very much again. Malicious, cautious, and gypsy person, yeah? All right, descending we shall go again. Look at how deep these have gone for the foundation. Look at the boulders they've put all along here. All along here under the sand are massive boulders that are being put to try and secure this wall. So they are the protection boulders before you even get to the wall. So where we're seeing this mound here, all under here would obviously be coral stone that they've put down. You can see it quite clearly. You can see how deep it actually goes without the actual stone or the sand that's covering it. Beautiful, absolutely stunning. Now we don't have a vlog tomorrow, that's why we're going a little longer today. Wait, we normally go long anyhow, don't we? So, maybe let me see, how long was Nicole on Saturday? She was like on for an hour and 5 minutes or something. We can go for an hour and 6. Hold that, Miss Kier. Alright, so we go back in this direction. I don't know if you remember years ago as well, if you were here, the home just below here, that's concrete on the bottom and wood on the top. This used to actually be 3 stories. I've actually stayed in a loft that was in the 3rd story quite a few times. I've also stayed on the 2nd floor or the 1st floor up if you're on the ground floor. That was in the structure before. I haven't stayed here since I've redone it. But they used to have 3 stories here and all 3 were rented. I remember the loft in the top. Some of you may have also done so. I remember waking up here on an August morning because I used to surf at that time quite heavily. Waking up on August morning in the loft and looking out and seeing the entire Cattlewash in one line. Well, not one line, there were multiple lines, but the waves were so big that the line before it broke was right across this entire section here. So you can understand how big it was. Out here it gets huge. It's hard to explain how big it gets unless you actually see it. So we will be challenged with that this year. We're going to try and produce more videos to go into our surf breaks of Barbados, which is one of the playlists up on YouTube. We're going to work a little bit more on that. So not that we are photographers of surfing, but we are going to be able to bring it to you our way and show you the power and stuff. Obviously, you can always go on YouTube and put in Barbados surfing and you will get a lot of better photography equipment and stuff, but you're not going to get it done the way EMC does it. There's no one that does it the way EMC does it, and we are convinced in that. That's because we're doing it through love. Nothing else. There's no gaining of revenue. There's no work. There's nothing like that there. All we want to do is to bring the beauty of Barbados and the serenity of Barbados to you, and the serenity and what helps us get through our own lives and our own challenges, and hopefully that will help a couple of you, some of you that may be out there stressed and challenged. Morning, how are you going, brother? You want to speak to our family this morning? Well, come on over, man. As we always like to do, Bajans, we like to introduce. How are you going, my brother?
I'm good, man. I'm good.
Man, good, man. So you're familiar with what we do? You've seen us on YouTube yet? Because you know you're on YouTube today.
I ain't got YouTube. I ain't got YouTube.
You have Facebook?
No, not sure.
But no, well, you got this here though. You live here in this section. You live down here on this side of the island.
Yeah, I live in George River.
Oh, hey, George River. We just came from there, man. We just showed them the riverbed and stuff, you know.
Oh, okay.
Thanks, man. Thanks to Serenity World, because let me show you what you're doing right now. We have people on board on YouTube. We're doing a live broadcast right now, and we're bringing the big piece of Serenity of Barbados to the world. So thanks very much. You want to say our name so we can know who we're seeing?
Fred Cook.
Fred
Cook.
Fred Cook.
Fred Cook.
Fred Cook, man. Nice to meet you, my brother. I'm Nicholas, and this is my co-star. No, it's Jeanette. She likes to call herself the star girl or the star, but I'm the star, as you can see. I'm glowing. My brother, you have a peaceful day, all right, man? Take care. Thanks, man. Thank you. All right, cool. This is what we do. I hope you all have realized that. We bring in Barbados, not just what you're seeing, but also the Barbadian public. And anyone here in Barbados, as you will see in Q&A community on Thursday nights, our main focus is on interviewing the Barbadian public so they can send their love and care and kindness to all over the world. And then obviously we bring in that and mix that with some dancing, whether it be the 3-step or whether it be the line dancing. All right, so our schedule for this week, as we take in this here, I'll give you a 360. Remember, EMC 360 is where I could turn a complete 360 and talk. EM Circle of Love, EMC Circle of Love is where we do that in silence. It's gonna be very difficult for me to do that because she is within arm reach and she pinches and prods and sticks me all the time, so I will break my silence. And I lie. Oh, okay, whatever. Bleep that section for me, please, YouTube. Anyhow, so let's take this in and we'll talk. Our schedule this week. Wednesday, we don't have any vlogs. We use that as our off day. However, do not be surprised if you see an alert come up saying we're online, because if we are anywhere or we see something that we believe you should see, we're going to be broadcasting to you. Thursday afternoon, between the hours of 4 p.m. and probably 7:30, 8 p.m., we'll be broadcasting from Q&A community, no matter where it is in the island. We have been broadcasting consistently at every Q for over a year now. We are not employed by CBC, but they are our family. So we go and we try and bring their product and the product of the Q&A community to the rest of the world. And as I said, we do that with the community. We like to share the community as well, not just the dancing. Then on Friday, we're going to have another sunrise vlog similar to this here. On Saturday, well, I'm not sure where we will be going, but we have what we call our 𝗲𝗟𝗃 Saturday. That is the time that we tend to walk together as a group. We can do it any day, but that's the day that we usually announce where we will be in advance. Miss Kara has not told me where she'll be, but she has told me that she's practicing all of her lies to make them more smooth and fool you better. So be prepared to get tricked by her at every turn. And then on Sunday, we have not started them back up yet, but we do have our mobile office that moves from different offices around the island, where we socialize mainly in the afternoon. You will hear more about that as that comes back online. And then Monday we start the whole process over again with the sunrise vlogs, etc. You know, we lose track of time in Barbados in what we're doing in this journey, because every day this is what we are waking up to. So we don't just want to keep this serenity and peace to ourselves. We want to share this with you and with everyone around the world. And we thank the 45 people who are on at this present time for joining us this morning, because we want to be able to share everything with the world, the goods and the bads. We don't walk around and really negatively talk about anything. If we walk by an establishment that we know the service is not good at, or we know the food is not good at, you will not hear us mention the name. We'll walk by it and we will fan the camera in another direction, or we may just walk by it and not talk about it. If we pass somewhere that we recommend because we have experienced, or some of our close friends who we rely and depend on what they tell us as being the truth, we will recommend that place to you. We will tell you all about it and we will showcase it. So we try not to get doubled up in any negatives. We do sometimes make comments like, cosmetically this is not beautiful, but then we found the beauty within. So like everything else in life, there's beauty. You only have to look for it. If you look for the negatives only, you will only see negatives. If you look at negatives only, you will never be happy. You must look for the positives and the beauty in life. No matter what your challenges are, there's someone in this world that wishes they were you, because the challenges they have are way more severe and intense than what you're experiencing. Always remember that. Always look for the beauty, and the beauty will be there. Always project positivity, love, kindness, and care. And 99.9% of the time, that is exactly what will come back to you, because you're surrounding yourself with it. And if you find yourself in a situation of where you're around someone that not that you're judging them and saying they're not living the right life, that they're not living the kind of life that you think is what you deserve, move away. It's simple. Walk away from them. If you're at work and your boss gets on your case today, and I can't use anything about him, I don't want to describe him because he may be the nicest person, but he himself may be having a challenging day. Walk away, go and take a bathroom break, take a few minutes out, find your peace, find your serenity, breathe, think about this morning, think about the views and the visions of what you've seen this morning and what you will probably be doing yourself in the very near future if you're not already doing so. And that's walking on these amazing beaches in Barbados and seeing this incredible beauty. Thanks again for joining us this morning. On behalf of my adorable and I had to say kind, very kind co-star, I want breakfast this morning, you know, so I gotta speak really good about her right now. You didn't hear that, right? You heard that?
No, I'm hungry.
Oh, you're hungry, okay. And from all of our EMC family, that's the EMC-246 family, hashtag the Journey 246, and numerous other things. Ripple of love is what we're sending to you this morning. Our ripple of love, we are dropping love right here, and we're spreading out. You see, she's no pinching me, no. I don't even want to tell. Nikita, tell her to stop. You're the one who's encouraging this nonsense. Anyhow, if you are feeling this love from us, project the same love off again this morning. Let's make sure this circle of love, or this ripple of love, never dies. Let it keep going around and round till it comes back to you again. All right, so here's a circle of love. This is a circle of love. No talking. If I do get interfered with by you know who, I will let you know, because she'll disrupt my vision and also my silence. Here we go. Cheese on bread. That circle of love was like a finely iced cake. You would have seen beauty, and then you saw the absolute an amazing view when we turn in this direction. You may not see it because the sun outside. Let me get the other way. Have a great day, everyone. Thank you for joining us. We love you all. Until officially on Thursday at Q&A Community, we'll see you again. We will be broadcasting a preview of Q&A Community because I want you all to know where 𝗏𝗏 is. I've been there before, but I want you all to see what it's like, so you eliminate any doubts of parking or what it's going to be. We'll take you either today or tomorrow, so just keep an eye out for that, and we'll let you know what it's like. Have a blessed day. Stay safe, stay peace, share love. Remember, you give love, you receive love. Catch you later.